And I know, for so long I've known how every soldier here dies, how every battle here ends. But I don't know who won. My people were the chosen ones. We enforced the will of our prophets, the holy seers who led our great covenant of believers along the path to transcendence, the path to the great journey. From the day I could stand, I was trained to fight. In a lake like this, I was watched by the prophets as I fought and learned and won. Not all were strong enough to serve our gods, but I was. It had always been this way for the Covenant, and it would always remain so, or so I once thought. Years ago we fought here, and for a short time the humans resisted us. Their victories were few and costly. Some evidence of their struggle still remains, but not much. It didn't matter how hard they fought. It didn't matter at all. Our power and our belief were unstoppable. So I don't notice the bones beneath my feet anymore. They're just part of the dull, dead gray that surrounds me. My path is set. That smoke on the horizon is the only other thing on this world that didn't die 20 years ago. And so that is the only beacon I have. I know what I must cross before I reach the source of the smoke. My path will take me across the ruin of this world called Colo, and straight to the great scar burnt into Colo by our fury and faith. Its creation covered this world in flames. It was the end of everything here. And it was put there by one ship, one hand alone. It was put there by me. This world is dead because of me. And now I need this world to tell me how to live. Years ago, when our war against the humans raged, I discovered this planet through a human ship I captured. As my reward for its discovery, the prophets tasked me with its ritual destruction. The fleet was gathered, and when we had bloodied the humans enough, my ship's prophet called to me, and the ceremony began. After a lifetime of anticipation and hours of prayer in orbit, finally, it was time. Speak, my prophet, and let the word destroy those who stand in the way of the great journey.
Faith. Destroy them with faith.
And so I did. In a trance-like state, I guided the plasma bombardment that seared our holy glyph for the word faith into the surface of the planet below. Wave of flame and wind destroyed everything around the lines of my glyph, and when it was complete, I knelt, waiting for the molten rock below to cool, and for the prophet to judge whether my actions had pleased our gods. They had. So my fleet drew lines of fire across the rest of this world as a lesson for those who dared stand before the might of the Covenant. My dreams of long-ago victories bring me nothing but pain today. So I will walk. I walked through the ruins of that day, seeing the human remnants get smaller and smaller as I approached the cut of my cliff down below. The destruction, the suffering was more complete at the point where my plasma burned the ground, as it was meant to be. Suffering was the proper journey for the non-believers. Night falls again, and I'm so close to the glassy black scar of my mark. I won't spend a night on that alien surface. I can't. I must find there. Nobody wants to face it alone. The end of all you know. I didn't. My men didn't either. It was years after our great victory here that we faced our own destruction. The destruction not of our lives, but of our reason for living. We were scouting for humans when the message came in. I could not comprehend what I was seeing. Our betrayal by the prophets, the slaughter of our leaders, the death of the Covenant. The prophets had tricked us, lied to us about the nature of the great journey itself. And when my people refused to swallow this lie, the prophets tried to strip us of everything we had. My men looked to me like they never had before, and I knew what I had to do. He knew I was coming.
Blasphemy! Filth! Who are you to strike a messenger of God?
I showed my crew what had come of our beliefs, and I hoped to focus them on what lay before us, starting with the only piece of that lie we had available to our rage. Betrayal! Our people have been betrayed by the prophets and their savage puppets. You have seen what they have done, how they have struck down our faith and our leaders. And you know what we must do in the face of such betrayal. Our war against these deceivers starts now. It was enough for them for a time. But vengeance can only fuel a people for so long. And we had done so much in the service of the Prophet's lies. I had done so much, all of it lies. I had so much to answer for, from my service to their lies. So after all these years, I brought my ship back to this place of my greatest victory. Now, my greatest shame, to find a new purpose for my crew and my clan. And after weeks of searching, all I have found is that column of smoke calling to me from across the scar. That smoke is all I have now. That smoke is all I... that sound. For 6 years after the High Prophet died at the hands of our champion, the Arbiter, we hunted the Deceivers and their allies. A beastly, violent lot the humans appropriately call brutes. It was a terrible war. The Prophets provided the brutes with powerful new weapons, hoping that they would in turn defend the Prophets against our wrath. But when the Prophets went into hiding, the lack of strong leadership allowed the brutes to revert to their savage natures, and they soon began to fight against each other. This lack of solidarity made them much easier prey. Some of my fellow commanders continue that fight even now, but not enough. After generations spent obeying the covenant and the words of the prophets, we no longer know how to find out what our gods want us to do. We don't know what our gods want at all. We have no scientist, no clergy, no law, and no reason to be. We risk extinction for the lack of a purpose, and that is why I came to this planet where I last felt the touch of those gods, for guidance. Now my guidance is once again gone. I cannot return to my people without it. Jackals. Where are the humans? Why are these humans here? They never returned to the worlds we have cleansed. Why are they here now? He's too far gone to explain. The smoke came from this hole, but without the humans to question, it means nothing to me. More may be coming. Perhaps those who come next will be more. Wait. What do these humans have? An oracle? That hole, the digging, the smoke. You will live, human. There will be many questions for you in the days ahead, and I still remember how to get you humans to answer questions. You will help me find the oracle and all that it knows. Soon, I'll no longer need any prophets to speak to our gods. It is time for me to speak to them myself.